I know that Lou Allen will not be here. And Rod Cook, are you here?
I believe Rod is here by phone, and we're getting him here.
Okay. And Ken Scott?
I am here.
I'm here.
The alternates, Michael LeGroux? And the other alternate is Matt Bedoin. Okay, I guess neither of those people are here. Don Procco, our harbor master, I know is here. I'm starting at the agenda, and minutes of October 1st. I'd like a motion to accept or discussion. Are there any comments?
I'll make a motion to accept.
This is Ken. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Looking at the agenda, 3 harbor masters. It looks like the main effort has been by Don. Don, are you all set to report?
I am, and that's been with some help. Lou has graciously picked up the day markers for the new pilings, and I have them here, so I thank him, and I thank Fred for his ongoing help with Google. I bother him a lot. Let's see, so 3A, vote at the Y. I've submitted all of the paperwork to DEP. They have posted a photograph of the vessel on their website, which means the clock has started, and as of December 6th, the Y will own the boat and we can discard it. I'm going to see if it's more convenient for Jack to remove the boat now and store it at the landfill, which I've made arrangements to do, or whether we're just going to let dead dogs lie until the December 6th. So that is what I have for 3A. Any questions on that?
You said the town had posted the photograph?
No, I sent the photographs to Deep, and Deep has photographs on their website.
Okay.
They have to do that to take legal take possession of the boat. Hey, Rod.
Good evening.
Okay, 3B. 3B, the moorings at the Mystic Seaport. Mr. Gazorek has provided me with a list and location of all of the meetings at the seaport. I have lat longs for all of them. So that's been done. And 3C, unnamed, unregistered 35-foot steel sailboat anchored above buoy 53 with a liveaboard. Despite going out and leaving notices on the boat, they were ignored. Ultimately called Deep, who wouldn't get involved, and Lieutenant Schneider, who would get involved. And it was their intent to make note when they went by that vessel with a cruiser on Route 12 and to communicate with the owner via public address system. However, they didn't need to because the guy finally left. So thank goodness he's out of there. And the second boat that was also squatting down lower down near Mason's Island, I got rid of that one just by discussing options with the owner of the boat. So he's gone.
Say, Don?
Yeah.
on the black steel one that
Yep.
was north of the seaport.
Yep.
I noticed what appears to be some kind of a dark float where he had parked himself.
Yeah, I've been told that.
Okay.
I
don't know
hope
whether
that's
he-
not his mooring.
Well, it shouldn't even, whatever it is, shouldn't be there.
I understand that. I hope that he hasn't left tackle in because he intends to come back. So my boat's out of the water. I'm done as far as making trips up there. I don't know, is your Mako still in?
Now, Mako got hauled a day or two ago.
Okay.
Hey, Don, my little boat is still in probably until this weekend if you need transportation.
You know, I'm not that interested in it, to be honest with you, Rob. I've got bigger fish to fry, so to speak. But anyone that's in that area, even I'll try and get over there with a pair of binoculars and see what it is. The Stoning,
I'll try to take a look at it.
thank you. Stonington police boat is out of the water as well. That has steering issues. So it's broken and it will likely be out for the season. I talked with Lieutenant Schneider about it at some length. Okay. 3D probably shouldn't be on the agenda because the boat is actually going to be in Groton waters. I was looking for my colleagues' guidance and advice. That's why I asked some of you about it. He's either going to go at one of his spots or I am first on the list in the no-anch section of the no-anch grid to put the boat there. So that's where we are on that 3D. And then posting of the mooring waiting list at Town Hall, that's also a little faux pas. It is posting of the waiting list on our webpage. And finally, that has been resolved. That was initially submitted in June, early June, and never replaced the previous list. And I wrote Danielle a letter October 1st and didn't get a change on the list. So I wrote her again, and we got the new list in place and a new button on our homepage to get to the list. So that's all been resolved as well. So I think that's all I have.
Does anyone have any other questions for Don before we move on to 4 unfinished business?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Don, I'll call you tomorrow and I'll tell you what I find.
Okay, if it, whatever it is, if it floats, just cut it off and let what it's attached to sink. That's all. I've done that. I have done that in the no-anch grid, and it works fine. And I have a high-speed cutoff wheel and an 110-volt inverter, and I can go through a chain like you've never seen, my friend.
You do remember you're being recorded.
A quick question.
Sure.
Don, you said thanks to Lou for helping with the day markers for the pilings and to Fred for
His help with Google Earth.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, moving on to 4A, I have heard nothing on the Seaport project. I feel it should remain on our agenda.
I can fill you guys in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, I've been in touch with a company called, well, actually, they've been in touch with me. First Water Engineering, and they are the company that is going to implement the living shoreline. So he has been in contact with me for information on ice formation and other things. And either I've been able to answer his questions, or where I haven't, I've been able to point him in the right direction so far anyways. And he predicts about 2 years before the living shoreline gets started. And that will be the first phase of the project, he believes. So it's a ways off. So that's what I know about the project. But very nice people, very easy to work with, and not a problem.
Can you give us that name again?
Sure. First Water Engineering. They are out of Massachusetts. The guy's name is it's like Gregorian or something like that. I have it here someplace, but it's not handy.
Okay.
But he's their project engineer, and he is the contact person for anyone that needs to address anything about the living shore.
I don't recall seeing anything about the specifics here. Do you have any proposed plan or what?
I do not have the plan.
Okay.
No, I believe they have it. The amount of bureaucracy that they're going to have to go through before they can start is pretty significant. They're going to need to be bonded. They're going to need to have a significant number of permits. So they have a lot to do before they actually lift the shovel.
So we don't know what this living shoreline constitutes at this point at the seaport. I mean, they've got granite seawall for half a mile.
I don't, Fred. I could probably request it from the guy if you're interested.
Well, when at the appropriate time. It sounds like they got a ways to go, but
They do.
if they want our input, they need to tell us what they have in mind.
He intends to attend meetings at that point. We've already discussed that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we move on to 4B? Fred?
No news.
Okay, we'll move on to 4C, East Fairway, permit for additional piles. I called DOCO, and they are finishing up the drawings for the 2 additional piles. There doesn't appear to be any problem. 4D, Mystic River Boathouse Park support. I have not had any contact with them since the last meeting when we were trying to get funding. 4E, the plan to essentially put a dock on the 0 Rosalie Drive evidently met up with some difficulty with the DEP. I called the people who are essentially putting the plan in and advised that they called the DEP directly, since they do not have an engineer, and if it gets bogged down in Hartford, they really should have a direct contact so they can at least find out what the problem is. But my position is, we looked at it, we approved it, and I don't think our position has changed because it appeared to meet all the requirements. I understand that moving on to the next one, which I refer to as 4F, is the regular meeting schedule for the following year. As you recall, in our meeting last month, on the last page, we essentially agreed to maintain the plan and schedule at the voting booth, providing we ever get off of the situation we're in. I have made out the required paperwork. Fred and I managed to meet without making contact, so his signature is on the application as well, because it's chairman and secretary's signature. So I will deliver that to the town hall, and that commitment will be made. I have no new business for this particular month. Does anyone have any new business?
I just wanted to ask you a question. I was approached a couple of weeks ago about somebody that wanted to put some kind of a marker out, just seaward of Seal Rocks. And I said that I would bring it to the meeting, but, I don't know if they expect us to mark every single rock in the harbor or not, but I'm just throwing it out there to get some opinions.
Well, Mike Payton is in charge of that for the state, so he would be the man to speak.
Okay.
I have his email address. If you need it, I can send it to you.
Yeah, why don't you do that, and then I can give it to them and let them worry about it.
I was hoping that our marking of the East Fairway would eliminate that problem.
Well, it might, but
Does anyone else have any new business?
Just if you want to know that I heard from the town to our email that there was one which came in this afternoon at 4:00. So that will be on next month's agenda that Dave heard about.
Yes, Katrina and I have talked about it, and when you receive something after business hours on the night that you have a meeting, there's no time to evaluate it, not even distribute it. So
Yeah.
it'll be.
And the town actually requests that if we get the digital copies, that they're also posted, the digital copies are posted at the town hall. So not only would the commissioners not be able to get it, but we're actually supposed to put it out for the public in a timely fashion as well. So that came in way late.
Okay. Does anyone else have any new business? If not, I'd like a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned.
New record.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Goodbye,
Thank you,
all.
Dave.
good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Aye.
Good night.